Data Analysis Community session. So today we'll be listening to David Abu, and he will tell us about how he got into Microsoft. So the Microsoft Excel and data analysis community is being powered by UrBizEdge. UrBizEdge is a registered Microsoft consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. You can check their website for the upcoming training and for the training calendar. Today, our guest speaker is going to be David Abu. David Abu at the moment is currently is a cloud advocate for Power BI at Microsoft. He's also a business intelligence associate and he's also a community builder. If you follow him on Twitter and LinkedIn, you will know that he has a passion for building community, especially in data analysis community and the Power Platform communities in Nigeria. And his goal is to make more people fall in love with Power BI. So with no further review, I'll invite David Abut to come. Hello, David.
Hell, yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Ifeanyi.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Welcome everybody. I'm gonna. Okay, so I hope everybody can see me.
Yes.
Okay, good. So sorry, I don't have slides. So it's more of a discussion. And I apologize for my oga, Mr. Michael. I think I postponed this session a whole lot last year because of work. So I'm sorry for the team. I really wanted to do this last year, but work has been too much on my own side. So thank God that we're doing it today. So if you want to ask questions, you can pop in and ask questions. It's more of discussion than a one presentation. There's no slide. It's just talk. So how did I become cloud advocate for Power BI in Microsoft? So the major thing is that I'm going to start that a disclaimer that I am not the best person when it comes to Power BI in Nigeria, in Africa, all over the world. I am not. It's just it depends on strategy, it depends on the type of role that you want to get in Microsoft. And I'm going to explain it as I go further. So my role in Microsoft is majorly community and technology. Community in the sense that I stand in between the community, data analytics, Power Platform, data science, students, all those community. I stand in between those community and the product team of Microsoft, which is the Power Platform team or the Power BI. Majorly, I speak with the Power BI product team. So let's assume that Victor Momos says, oh, David, I'm working with a client around there and this is something they wish it can be on Power BI. And this has been an issue in the enterprise solution and stuff like that. I'll reach out to the product team and say, oh, product team, one of the community people said this. Is it on the pipeline or is it something that you guys are looking to solve? Then I get a feedback from them. I reach back to Victor and say, okay, Victor, this is the way you can do it for now, but this is something that is coming up this also period of time. So I am in between these two teams, the product team in Microsoft and also the community as a whole. So for me in the community, there are other things I'm doing. I am doing content development. I am doing everything you understand in Microsoft lane are from people that are called cloud advocates and also content developers inside of Microsoft. So there are some of the things I do in Microsoft lane. Microsoft lane, for those who don't know, is the major, we call it the University of Microsoft. Anything you want to learn that is Microsoft related, you go to Microsoft lane and learn it. So, and that is it. We make sure we write content, update those content, make sure that it follows great practices done around the world and stuff like that. Then after the content, another thing that we do now is now building communities. And those are the things that I do in Nigeria, build communities around Nigeria, Africa region and stuff like that. Then another thing is try and bring more people into the Microsoft space. Let people know that there's Microsoft, and Microsoft also should feel that effect. So around these three things is where my major work lies. So now the next question is that how was I able to do it to get into Microsoft? So when I started working with Microsoft, with Power BI, I started working with Power BI late 2018, early 2019. I got into D Brown Consulting. D Brown Consulting is a firm in Nigeria that does training consulting. That's what they do. So, and that is how I got into Power BI. I train Power BI, Excel, Microsoft 365, majorly Microsoft tools. That's what I do. And I also do analytics, which is the Power BI. I analyze, we do projects for companies and stuff like that. Then we started community work. David Brown, for those who know David Brown, and Adewale Yusuf. Then we started a community at Lagos Business School. I think even before that, I don't know, maybe Michael can remember. We did a conference at Lekki. Is it Lekki or VI? I can't remember that location. But Michael, if you can remember, I remember that it was July 2019. July 2019, and that was where I got to know Mr. Michael, where he showed us something in Excel and stuff. And we started community, and that's how community started. Started community, we were 10 when we started the community, and from there we moved on to Lagos Business School. We did some collaboration with Lagos Business School, and that was how we moved on and we progressed. Then in 2019, same 2019, end of 2019, we got to know somebody called Foyin. I got to know Foyin who wanted to do Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent. For those who don't know it, that completes the Power Platform stack. And that was how we connected. Remember we are Power BI community, and we connected with Foyin, who was Power Apps community. And that was how we were able to get the Power Platform. And the first conference that we did together was the Global Power Platform Bootcamp in 2020, February. I think February 15 or so. Yeah, February 15 or February 14. It was on a Saturday at the University of Lagos. And that was one of the biggest programs that we had over 250 participants who came for the bootcamp. And that was where the major community started from. And when we started, I created a virtual community in Edo State. Adewale did for Oyo State, and 2020 was about community because everybody was at home. So we were able to do stuff online. 2021, what now happened was that I was doing a whole lot of community stuff. 2021, January 1, I was giving MVP. One of the youngest actually in Africa. I was giving MVP in data platform, and everything moved like that. And I got more recognition when it comes to my community development, and I do stuff like that. And I show my work on Twitter, on LinkedIn. If you check my Twitter handle, check my LinkedIn handle, and do you understand how majorly the thing I do is community work, community. And in 2021 May, I remember that I needed to take leave from my work, and I went to Edo State to do a full 1 week Power Platform program where I was training Power Platform alone. We trained over 60 people. Then I've not joined Microsoft at all, but we were able to get some t-shirts from Microsoft, and we got some sponsorship that we were able to do the event, even from the community. Then I applied for Microsoft for a job. And how did I know? So now, inside Microsoft, there is a cloud advocacy team called the Power Platform team. All of them are actually Power Apps developers, Power Apps cloud advocates. I knew that they need to be a Power BI person because it's Power Platform. Power BI is inside it. But in this team, there is nobody called Power BI. cloud advocate. I knew because I followed all of them in that team on Twitter and on LinkedIn. So now, when they heard who is Donna Saka, for those who don't know her, she's the director of technology of Microsoft now. But then she was the leading team. She leads the team for Power Platform. Then she posted on Twitter that, oh, she's going to one day need a Power BI expert in her team. I saw that tweet. So I knew that I was working towards that. So now when it was time, she posted it that people should apply. January 2021. I applied. I've forgotten about it. I applied. Then in March, they just sent me a mail that, oh, that you applied for this job. I've forgotten about it. And that was how they sent me a mail. I've even forgotten about it. I needed to go and look for the link to understand what did I even apply for. Because I don't know that I applied for any job. I've forgotten. So I needed to research, and they said, pick your interview date. I picked my interview date. Sincerely, there were so many people, on Twitter or LinkedIn, when you post a job, everybody tag every other person. Everybody just tag everybody. That is how it is on Twitter too. They tag, and I was like, I can't get into even this one. Let me just leave myself and let me focus on my career in Nigeria, and that was it. So in March, when I got back, they said I should pick my interview date. I picked my interview date. There were 4 interviews I needed to do. So I picked it, and I needed to do those interviews. I just called one person that said, I want to do this interview, please. So any advice? She gave me advice. I said, okay, fine, thank you. And the next thing was that I went to YouTube and searched how to do interview in Microsoft. That's what I searched. I was watching over 25 videos. I can't even count how many videos. I was just watching how to do, because I knew that I understand the technical part, but there are some other things that they look for when it comes to international company. And it wasn't Microsoft Nigeria that was asking me for interview. It was Microsoft Washington that was asking me for interview. So it was a different ball game entirely. So I needed to research, read that I can do. Then I picked my interview date. We did one. I can remember that a Thursday was one. A Friday, I did 3 interviews back to back. I did technical, behavioral, and stuff like that. So now, most of the interview questions were based on the things I do in the community, what I plan to achieve coming to Microsoft, what is the problem in Power BI that we currently have. So I needed to think. So it wasn't like a normal interview. It was more that you're trying to come and solve a problem. And how do I plan to build communities if I come into Microsoft, because I'm a cloud advocate? So what is my medium? Everything. So it was more questions, and that was it. So when I was done with the interview, I was just like, okay, fine. Hopefully I get him. It was in April that the recruiter needed to send me a mail that said, oh, let's book a time for us to talk. And that was how they want to give me the result of my interviews. And after that, I said, okay. Then I sent the time I will be free for them. So, and we booked the 30 minutes. And that was how I got to know that I have gotten into Microsoft, that I should not worry. I've gotten into Microsoft. And that was around April. That was in April. Now, in April, then the next problem came in. HR policies. I am in Nigeria, your job is in US, conversion, and so many other things. So you needed to take another like 2 months before all those was resolved. So getting a Microsoft job, it can take up to 6 months. It can be 6 months, it can be 7 months. That is how much it can be. So for me, it took like 5 months. I think the first time they reached out was March. I started in July. So something like that. I think it was 5 months, 5 months, and that was it. So I needed to continue working. Even though I got to know, I needed to be quiet. That I'm in Microsoft, I was quiet till I was able to get my offer letter. I think in June 1. Yeah, June 1. I got my offer letter in June 1, and that was how I got to know that, okay, fine, I am now in Microsoft. So being in Microsoft is great. It's good for my profile. It's good for my career. Um, it was, it was, it, I, so one of the things that immediately I did was that my line manager, my first line manager just said, David, we know what you're doing in Africa. We know what you do in Nigeria. Just replicate it at a global scale. And that is just it. And immediately I got in, I created and one thing in Microsoft is I learned in Nigeria here, when you're going to work, you know that your line manager will tell you A, B, C, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to do, or this is what we are planning to do. This is your path to take. And for me, what I do in Microsoft, I don't know, maybe other people have that kind of thing, but for me in Microsoft, I am the one that bring in my ideas. I submit my ideas. I submit my project work. That, okay, this is what I want to do for the next 3-4 months, 2 months. This is what I'm going to. This is what I'm going to. And it's just support. I say, okay, we'll pay for this. We'll pay for this. We'll pay for this. So, if for those who know me, that's why you notice I created something called the Power Platform Talk, where I traveled across Nigeria to talk about Power Platform, Microsoft, and stuff like that. So it was an all expense paid that I was going from different locations. And this year we are starting out other things that we want to do. So Microsoft is cool. To get into Microsoft, the first thing is you need to understand which role in particular that you want to get in. When you understand the role in particular, you go to their Microsoft website, check their criteria, and this is what I tell people. I said, see, I want you to come to Microsoft to work. Me personally, I don't want to be the only person in Microsoft. I want people to come to Microsoft. I will refer you for jobs in Microsoft, but you need to be sure that that is your role. And that is really your role. If you are doing anything cloud advocacy, then you need to become an MVP first. Any cloud advocacy job, you say you want to become a developer relation, cloud advocate, developer advocate, anything that has to do with community, then people have to know that you're a first community person first, before technical. And that is the real truth. First community, then before technical. There are other jobs that are pure technical. They call them program managers in Microsoft. In some other companies, they call them product manager. They are just pure technical. Those ones, they don't need your community achievements or your community experience. So those are the changes that happens when it comes to looking for roles in Microsoft. And one thing is this: Microsoft Nigeria is growing. Even Africa as a whole, the concentration of Microsoft towards the African region is growing, and that is the real truth. I should not lie. But the real thing there is that they are looking for people. I think there was a time, I think it was still last month, they were asking for people with .NET, cloud advocate for .NET in Nigeria, but I couldn't give anybody because I don't know anybody in .NET community. I reached out to some people that I know, but there was nobody. But these are the way things are coming in, and they are concentrating in African region. Even in our Power Platform team right now, we have 2 Africans, one in South Africa, one in Nigeria, and we have one in the US. We are 3 alone in the whole Power Platform in the whole world. So those 3 of us, definitely we know that we are building more team inside that cloud advocate. So that is my story. So my story is more of me being strategic. I know that they need a Power BI in that team. Yes, I know. But my MVP also helped me. It came just at the right time for me to get an MVP. It came at the right time. Then from there, all other things were just coming in, and the experience, community, and stuff like that. And that was it. So after that, my Twitter, I just use it for more community engagement. For those who Twitter and do, definitely you will know. My Twitter was just for community. We do Twitter spaces, and we do a whole lot of community work and do some great community stuff. So for me, if you want to get into Microsoft, you just need to understand in which capacity, and you just work towards that capacity, connect with people in that team. Microsoft is like a country. Over 300,000 people. So there is no way you can know everybody, but you have to know the team that you want to work with. Then those teams, there'll be one person in that team that you can connect with and say hi to and just reach out. And that is how it works. But if you now need referrals, I will gladly refer people. Yeah. Questions can start coming in. Maybe I can start remembering some other things. Mr. Michael, Mr. Ifeanyi. Hello. Yeah.
Hello. Yes. Okay.
Hello.
So
Yeah, if I can go on.
you have. Okay. So there's a question. So someone
Okay.
has the hands up. Just give me a moment. Okay, from Chris. Okay. So Chris, you have been unmuted. You can ask a question. Timidayo has asked a question.
So Chris, you might need to
But Chris,
unmute
yeah.
yourself. We just
Yeah, I will
wanted
mute
to.
Chris. I will mute Chris. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I will mute.
Hello.
There are lots of questions.
A
So I'll
lot
mute you
of
one by one.
questions. I have seen like
There are a lot of
6
questions.
people
Yeah. So
raising up
sorry.
their hands.
So sorry. I'll do it one by one. So Chris first. Chris first. Yes. This
Oh, he has
so
to unmute
Chris.
himself.
Chris
I'm
first.
not
Just
sure
leave
he
your hand rest. Hello, Chris.
Chris, you have to unmute yourself.
Chris.
We
I've
are
unmuted. I've unmuted Chris.
Okay,
No, you can only
thank you.
can't unmute.
David, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you.
we can
But
hear
it's faint, but I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, this is Chris. Chris speaking. Thank you so much for the insight. Just like you mentioned, I think I grabbed so many things from here. One thing I picked from is where you mentioned something related to referral. So for some of us who are interested in the data stack, like the analysis and data scientists, are there opportunities in that space as well where you can also refer people for such opportunities?
I can refer you for any job in Microsoft.
Okay.
I can. It doesn't have to be. The only thing is this. There are just some jobs I can tell you that, oh, you have to be in UK, you have to be in US, you have to be in Nigeria. That is the only issue that you might have. Because my role is remote first. Remote first means that anywhere you are in the world, they are going to pick you. But there are some might be rules that might tell you that you have to be within the US, even though it's remote, it has to still be within US. If it is in UK, it has to still be within the UK. So you get that might be the only thing that might, but apart from that, every other thing is fine.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I'll connect with you better on Twitter. Thank you.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So Timidayo, you can ask the question.
Okay. Hello, David.
Hi, Timidayo.
And thanks for this opener section. I know we do talk a lot on Twitter. So you have this bootcamp coming up very soon, the Global Power Platform Bootcamp for next month. I really appreciate if you can talk more about it.
Okay. So thank you very much. Sincerely, I've forgotten about it, but don't tell my planning team that I've forgotten about it. Okay. So the Global Power Platform Bootcamp started in all over the world, started 2019. Yes, 2019. But it was in 2020 that we did the first one here in Nigeria. Actually, in Africa, we did it in Lagos, Nigeria. And since then, if you have watched Satya Nadella's Ignite build, Satya Nadella is the CEO of Microsoft right now. If you watch it, you see our picture is there. The conference inside the hall and also outside, you always see our picture in all his speaking engagements. We are always there. And he made us know that we have more responsibility for the African space to build more Power Platform lovers and Power Platform business professionals. So now the next one that is happening next month is still back to Unilag, the main auditorium hall, which has over 2,000 capacity. And we're looking for 1,000 people. We currently have 500 people that are registered. 500 people, and we want more people to be registered. We are currently, if somebody can actually go online to maybe pick up.
I'll drop the
Yeah,
link.
thank you. So so now the program has to just do with Power Platform. Lovers of Power Platform, just come. Let's share about how we use Power Platform. We're going to have breakout sessions for the 4 technologies: Power BI, Power Automate, Power Platform, Power Apps, and Power Virtual Agent. We're going to be talking about them. The CEO of Microsoft, the country manager of Microsoft for Nigeria, is also coming physically for the event. David Brown is coming physically for the event. We have sponsors. Sponsors who are sponsoring the event. Even our boss Michael Lafusi is a sponsor for the event. So we have a whole lot of things planned. We have a place called community segments that we have. We have customer success stories whereby companies in Nigeria is going to come in and talk about how they use Power Platform in their own organization. So it's a cool thing for everybody to be in that event. If you are in the Microsoft space, as far as you're in Microsoft space, not even Power Platform now, in Microsoft space is a big place to actually be in Microsoft technology. Yeah, I hope I've answered that question.
Yeah, there's one question. Do you have plans to come to Abuja?
So thank you. God bless you, Chris. The program is in 6 locations. I think 6 or 5. Let me mention them. Lagos, Abuja, Oyo, Ibadan. We have Edo State. We have Jos. 5 locations actually. With Osun State, 6. Those 6 locations will be doing it the same day, the same time. So we have Popola Isiaka in Osun State. We have Lamau in Abuja. We have Adewale Yusuf in Oyo State. I am in Lagos. We have Jaflet in Edo State. And in main one, we have Tabitha in Jos. Tabitha's team is one of the best. I wish I can be in Jos. Jos is planning over 1,000 people at the University of Jos. It's a very big program because it's happening in 50 locations around the world, the same day, the same time, the same seconds. It's happening around the world, February 19. So you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, that's actually very huge.
It's very huge, very huge.
Very Chris, you can. The link is already in the chat box, so you can register and just register for the event by the link. Okay. Yes, you can. A tech newbie can also register. Anybody can register. Everybody can register.
Students, unemployed, everybody can be in the event. Yes.
Everybody. Okay, so the next question will come from Glory. Glory, you have been unmuted. You can ask a question. Hello, Glory. Okay. Let's move on to Bethany.
Bethany. Yeah, Bethany.
Bethany.
Hi, it's Bethany. I'm sorry.
Bethany. Sorry.
Bethany. I'm from Kenya, so there's no problem.
Oh, Kenya. Hi from Kenya.
Hi. Okay, so I just came across a tweet on Twitter on this event, and I just had 2 questions actually. So first, I did the interviews for one of the cloud advocate roles, I think from November, December-ish, but I didn't get in, not because of like from the recruiter's view, it was because there was a better candidate compared to me, not because I was a worse person or anything. So the roles are opening up again, and for now, similar roles in the same team. So at that time, they only wanted 1 person, but now new roles will be opening up in like the next month or 2. I wanted to ask, so my main weakness might be the technical part, because I've been a student ambassador for a while. I didn't opt in to become an MVP, but decided to become an MCT. So I wanted to ask for Power Platform, Power BI, Power Apps, and Power Automate. How do you now prove your technical skills, like show that I am technical in this, not just community-wise, but also technical? Because I don't think there's very limited companies here that actually offer Power Platform roles, especially like junior level. And currently my role is as a community manager. So I want to become a more technical person, not just working with community, but also like creating content, etc. So how do I now prove my technical capability? And then the second question, sorry, let me just ask all of them.
Yeah, answer too. Yeah.
Okay, my second question is, I've heard you talking about the global Power Platform Bootcamp. We had our first one last year in 2020, and we were unable to gather as many people as you. Like we only had like 100 RSVPs and about 70 people joining. So my curiosity is, how did you gather all those people to come for the event? Because we are doing another one like in a few months. So I'm very curious about that. Yeah.
Okay. So that first things first, I need you to talk to me on Twitter and send me your profile. I need your profile. I'm looking for a cloud advocate in Kenya. I need your profile first. Send it to me. Let me see. And
Sure,
let's take it
sure.
up from there. That is the first one.
So
Second one is that when it comes to for you to build your technical abilities, there are so many ways in Power Platform. In Power Platform, you have to, so you know that there's a community plan. Do you know that, Bethany? Do you know there's a community plan?
I'm a student ambassador. I still have access to my account, so I use
So
my student
why are you not building? Why are you not building?
I am, but not publicly. That's the problem. So how do you now start building publicly? Like,
The only thing is this: for you to build publicly, Power BI connecting with your GitHub account, it shows the things that you're doing. Simple. Power Apps, when you build in Power Apps, you can submit it via your GitHub to Power Platform samples. I can show you that. I can show you online. That is one. Secondly, is that when you build something, just show it on Twitter. People wants to see what you're building. Even though it's a video recording, it's a video recording of what you're building, show it. See, one thing is this. Last week, I started learning Python. And I posted it online that, oh, I started learning Python already. And a whole lot of people are helping me to get better at Python. Yesterday, I started learning SQL. Yesterday's class, I needed to pay somebody, a company that trained SQL. Like, oh, I want to learn SQL. And I am paying for my SQL class so I can be better at SQL in an advanced level. And I just tweeted it that, oh, I'm learning SQL. The major thing is that I prefer to learn in the open. It makes me more accountable and it makes people to see the growth. And for some people who knows me on Twitter, you saw a post whereby I went to train some children yesterday. And you saw how that post has gained over 5,000 likes and a whole lot of people have been supporting that same program. I do things in public. It makes me look accountable. It makes people to see your growth. If people cannot see your growth, then how can they know that you're good? So it's just as if that you are hiding your talent in one location and you're staying. No, share it publicly. Oh, I did a Power BI report. This and this and this. People criticize my work. Let's see. And that's how people see that you're growing. That person that you want to join his or her team in Microsoft, we see what you're doing online. That person will see it. That person will notify you, and we say, oh, I love that you're doing this. Keep in touch. I love that you're doing this. Keep in touch. That's the only way. Another person I want you to connect to is Jafflet. You know Jafflet now, Bethany.
Yeah, I do.
Connect with Jafflet. Jafflet will give you all the whole answers because that is the same thing I told Jafflet. Jafflet is a good Microsoft student too, and I told him, see, hey, I need you to build on your technical abilities. And last week, he did a video on Microsoft Reactor where he was showing the technical things that he was able to do. Connect with him. Let him teach you one or two things about doing technical things so that you can also submit on Microsoft technical communities, the things that you do. Write blogs on dev.to. I have said so many things in 1 minute. Write blogs on dev.to, show your YouTube videos. That is how to show the public. Post online, then you are good to go. Every other thing, community, you're already good in community. Just show your technical things on your YouTube channel, and every other thing will work fine. Every other thing will work fine.
Thank you.
And the last question you asked about the Global Power Platform. If I'm sorry, now what we did was this. One thing about Nigerians, Kenya, we love knowledge. Either the knowledge concerns us, it does not concern us, we still love it. That is one thing about Nigerians. I can go to a conference that I'm not interested. It's not as if I will use it, but I just want to learn. And that is one cool thing. So people love to learn in Nigeria. Same way you see us on Twitter when we are talking and we are shouting is the same way we do in real life. And that is one cool thing about us. And we love each other. That is one thing. So if we are shouting that, hey, come, learn this, they will just come in and learn. And that is one cool thing about us. So maybe the thing that you have to look is to look at and try and make it more physical. I hope this conference is physical next month that you want to do. Bethany?
Unfortunately, we still have Omicron, so we can't do physical events.
Okay, that is you guys. We in Nigerians, we don't believe in Omicrons. It's not as if we don't believe, but we don't really believe. But another thing is that we are being careful, but we don't have those type of issues. We will work normally. All companies in Nigeria are open. If your company is not open in Nigeria, you guys are enjoying. But most companies in Nigeria, they are open, and we are doing conferences there all over. And actually, another tech conference is happening in March, which is Oscar Festival. I know a whole lot of people in tech, we understand Oscar Festival is one of the biggest programs all over the world. Oscar Festival. People are traveling all over the world to Nigeria, and it's physical. So there is no way we can say we are not doing a physical event. So it's physical for us. So maybe you can look at, if you can't do a physical, do your virtual. But the virtual, you have to connect with a whole lot of people. I don't know if you know Nigeria, Bethany. You should know Nigeria. Connect with Nigeria. Exactly. Connect with Nigeria. Nigeria would love to help and see how we do. But you can reach out to me. We continue the Kenya discussion going forward and see. Because for me, we are planning Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa. We are planning for Ghana, and we are planning for Uganda, Zimbabwe. I need all of them because really, I want every African countries, if possible, 7 African countries to do their Global Power Platform Bootcamp is a target for myself so that we can see how African can go forward when it comes to Power Platform.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's connect on Twitter.
Yeah, so I've posted this Twitter link on the chat box, so you can just connect with them on Twitter. So the next person is Yusuf. Toby had his hand raised up.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I kind of. Sorry.
Yeah,
What's up,
Toby.
David?
Baba,
So
I do.
I'm good, Jared. Okay, so you spoke about. I was about talking about what David said. That's why I tried to around. But another thing I wanted to ask about was so you talked about you applying for cloud advocate. I applied for a role in Microsoft, but that one was more technical, not cloud advocate. I was called in for interview, but later on the interview was cancelled when the recruiter found out that I'm coming from Nigeria. Though before I applied, someone posted it on Twitter. Ima Copper, I'm not sure you know her. So she put on Twitter, entered her DM, and she said it's a role that allows the Microsoft roles, they take care of the location and all of that. So that's why I went on to apply for it. Then I applied. Then the HR called me for interview, asked about some questions. The recruiter contacted me through mail, asked for some questions, and scheduled an interview already with one of the senior principal software engineers in Microsoft in US. Then she also later saying that the role does not accommodate relocation. So my question is just, is there specific roles that this one accommodates relocation and this doesn't? Is there like specific roles, or you just apply and we hope that this we'll find the one that takes relocation? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay. So now the real thing is that I can't say there is a particular role that looks at location. If it's a location-based role, people you will be notified. I think there was even one role one time. The .NET Community Cloud Advocate was specifically for Nigeria alone, Nigerians, and that is it. So there are some roles that is specific to some countries, but many of the roles are mostly outside Nigeria, and that is the real truth. I should not lie to you guys. Most of those roles are specific in the other countries, US and the UK, Europe, and stuff like that. There's not too much of roles coming in, but it's growing. The team in Nigeria is growing. I should tell you the truth. I don't know much people in Nigeria office right now. I don't know, because I don't work with them most of the time. Maybe hopefully when the whole COVID and everything opens up, then from there I can connect with a whole lot of people in Nigeria and know which role. Actually, another role was software engineer for Mixed Reality that has opened last week. I saw it at Adora's Twitter handle. So maybe for Mixed Reality, I really know that it's in Nigeria. They do most Mixed Reality work in Nigeria, but I don't know for all others. But the real thing I will tell you is that if you go to Microsoft careers, look at those roles, look at their location. And the real truth is this, is a two-way thing. Is either you go to the US, go to the UK, relocate and apply for these roles, you will get in easily than you look from Nigeria, because they might be looking at time zone. Because there are some teams, like I'm not saying Microsoft team now, I'm saying there are some group teams within Microsoft that they will not want somebody in the African side because of time zone. You have to look at that, Toby, because of time zone. Time zone is a big issue. So in my own team right now, we need to, I start my normal day job from like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I end it like 11 p.m. But in the morning, I still do my normal work that I need to do, but meetings start around that afternoon time where everybody in Nigeria has closed. So that is when I start my own job. So it depends on that thing. The thing can say, oh, we want people whereby when we're having a meeting by 1 a.m., everybody can join that meeting. So I don't know, maybe you understand, Toby, that might be the constraint that they might look at. So if you think, if that is how it is, that is just it.
Okay, thank you very much. That clarified
So,
that.
is there a way to tell from the job ad?
There is really no way to tell from the job, and I should tell you the truth. There is no way. The only thing is that the higher chance of you getting a job in Microsoft is if it is specific to Nigeria or specific to African region, you will get it. It's easy. But if it is, if they now say it's remote worldwide, they will still pick remote people in US, remote people in Europe before they now come to Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, that is really true.
Yes,
That is I should not lie. And let me give you a gist. I was talking to the head, that is Donald Saka. Donald Saka said why they needed to reach out to me to come and do the interview. They know I'm going to pass the interview, but why they reach out to me again is because they were not able to see. They were not able to see one person that can teach and can do community. This is it. They see a lot of people that are too technical, but they can't teach. They saw some people that they can teach. They can teach, but they are not technical. But me, I can teach. I am technical. I can do community. That it was so easy for them to say that, okay, let's go for David in Nigeria. You get it. So you can be too exceptional for them to break some rules or some barriers. And the funny thing was that I still did not meet Donna Saka in that team, because before I resumed, she became the director of technology and went out of the team. And we needed to have a new team. A new team head. So some things like that can work in somebody's favor, but sometimes it might not work. So it's just God, Susha. God.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr.
There's one more question.
That we follow these lines for people.
Yeah, there's one more question. Okay.
Yeah, but people's hand up when they are other.
Yes, so after Glory is Oyeka.
Yeah.
So Glory.
Okay, thank you very much, David, for sharing your story. It was so inspiring. Yeah, but I just have one question. I'm very shallow in all this data science stuff. But I hear about Python, I hear about SQL, I hear about Power BI, and some other program in that space. It's difficult for me to link all of them together. Could you help me link all of them together? And if I was to go for any of them, which one will you prefer? Or do I have to go for all of them to become very good in data science? Thank you.
What do you do, Glory?
I am an accountant.
You are an accountant? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So data analytics or data science, as we call it. So now this is it. We know Excel. Excel is the first call when it comes to data. Everybody should do Excel. Either you're an accountant or you're not an accountant, everybody should just do Excel first. Understand how to use pivot table, analyze report and stuff like that. Then when you go up, the next thing you should learn is SQL. Why you should learn SQL is because I did not follow that path. I'm always sincere about my story because I'm not that kind of person that will tell you do this and that's not what I'm doing. No, for me, I learned Excel and Power BI. That's what I learned, and I moved on that way. But I knew that I need to learn. I know I'm going to learn SQL. It was just the time. And this year I said, this is my year of SQL and Python. So you can learn SQL and Power BI. I mean, you can learn Excel and Power BI, but you need to know the database side. Some companies need you to know the database side, and that is the SQL. SQL is the database, whereby where all the whole data are being stored. You need to know how to manage those data, send it to the Power BI. Then you now do your reports there. So Excel, SQL, Power BI. It's as simple as that. It's a normal way. Now, that makes you understand how to analyze data. If you now want to go further ahead, then you can now bring in Python and say, okay, Python, let me hold you. But first of all, you start with Excel, SQL, Power BI. Start from there. Then you can now take in Python. Then you can now say, okay, since I know Power BI, let me understand Power Platform as a whole. Then you can use that. But these are long years. Remember me, I started to from 2018, 2019. So it's long year. It's not something that you just do once and you say you pick up. No. So I would say this year, start with Power BI. It depends on how you learn. Me, I learned so I've started learning Python for a while though. But do you know that the thing did not enter my head? It did not enter. As I tried and tried, it did not enter. You know what? I just said, okay, let me just pay for a class. And I'll pay and I'll learn it. I can't be trying to be learning it myself. Some people know how to learn. They go to YouTube. They'll learn and they'll be good. Some people are gifted. I tell people, me, I'm not a gifted person. I inspire a lot of people. Okay, Zainab even said that now. Zainab, I know I inspire you people, but really I'm not as gifted as some people. For me, I needed to pay. I pay people, teach me. Then I'll burn myself in candles to learn. And that's how I keep learning. So for some people, it's like that. For some people, they just go online, learn any free thing, go to some boot camps, learn, and they are good. So it depends on your structure. If you're good by paying people to teach you, training institute, like Mr. Michael's Training Institute, pay, learn, and build. Some people need to go online and pay, and they don't pay because maybe they might not have the money and they just build from there. So it depends. But Mr. Glory, just go from Excel, SQL, Power BI, Python, Power Platform, and you are good to go.
Thank you very much, Mr. David.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so the next person is Oyeka. Oyeka.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So it's my first time joining this meeting, and it seems like almost everyone here know each other. But yeah, hi guys. So I have a question. You spoke about community, which I totally agree with. I totally agree with the whole community talk and Twitter. And I think Twitter is a very good platform for tech bros because tech bros on Twitter is like a very big nuclear family because everyone wants to help each other to progress. Now that is my issue. So I was a creative and then I transitioned into being a data analyst. Well, the long-term goal is to be a full-time Python developer, data scientist. I transitioned in 2020, took a 3-month course for data science, did Python and statistics for financial analysis on Coursera. I did Excel for business, and I have progressed since then. I've interned with Bold, interned with KPMG, and I have my first official job as a data product and strategist. But I tried. So when I started my journey, thank you, David. When I started my journey, my mentor at the time advised me to try and create a following or a persona for myself on social media, especially Twitter, because I shared my 3 months journey on Twitter and it got a lot of engagement. And a lot of people came into my DM and I found that a lot of people wanted to learn, especially ladies, but the same status quo that held me back for a very long time is still holding them back. And I really wanted to continue my process. Like David said, I like to learn publicly because I set myself up for the site to stop, right? And I wanted to continue that, but then the ban on Twitter came, and then because before then I wasn't a Twitter person, so I didn't even bother. I've never been really big on Twitter. I would like to be among that tech bro community because I know I need help, please, and I would like to talk to like minds and share experience and have people to ask for advice and also reach out to people to share opportunities for me in and outside the country because I want to go 100% tech, 100% not mix. But how do I go about it? How do you know right people to follow? How do you know the right pages to follow? How do you know these are the pieces, these are the people that I might track or like me? Because you mentioned some names. I think the person name you mentioned that I kind of like relate with is Ada or something.
Okay,
And
Adora.
that's because a lot of people talk about Ada. Her voices everywhere. Yeah. But how do I know? I connected with you on Twitter, by the way. Just I followed you on Twitter. But
Okay.
how do you know who to follow? Because looking at where I started from and where I am now, I really want to share that progress because I want to set myself up more because then I set myself up and it worked. I want to put myself out there so for people to see because I feel like as much as I set myself up to push forward, I also am unconsciously and it's it gives me some sort of accountability and I'd like to continue that to grow a network basically. So how do I put myself in that network?
Okay. So okay, let me say this. I think you are a very good Nigerian citizen because for me, I did not follow the ban. Me, I continue. My job is at risk. You can't tell me not to ban myself with you. That is Nigerian people. Me, I followed. Me, I continue using my Twitter. So you're a very good Nigerian citizen. First of all, congratulations. And second thing is that congratulations on your job. I love that. You're good. I like that. So now, see, social media is you. It is whatever you say that you want to be on social media is who you are. It has nothing to do with followers. It has nothing to do with what people say. It's just you. For me, I don't have too much of followers. I don't think I have too much. Ifeanyi, you guys know me. Toby, Yusuf, you guys know me. I don't have too much of followers. I don't think I have up to 5,000 followers. But I am me
Oh,
on
no,
Twitter.
sorry, David.
Yeah?
I'm not asking about my own followers.
You're asking how do
Right?
you connect with
Not
people.
even
That's what
not
you're
even
asking.
about my own followers. How I need to follow certain people in the tech industry.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm still leading there.
I need to
I
take.
know.
I need to. You know, tech bros have a community. How do I get into that community?
So now let me tell you, I'm not in any community of tech bros. I am not. I don't have any community of tech bros. That is why I'm explaining. You don't need to get into any community, any tech bro, that clique tech bro. No, you just need to give value. If you give value, people will attract to values. It's as simple as that. You don't need to pursue it. If there is, the next question is that how many Twitter space do you join? Which type of Twitter spaces do you join? So if you follow me right now, it's easy. If you follow Adora, if Adora goes into a Twitter space and she talks, you get a notification that Adora is speaking in this Twitter space. You click, you join in. When you join in, let's say there are 300 people in that Twitter space. That is what I do. This is what I do. When there are 300 people in that Twitter space, I look at the first set of people that are speakers. I look what they do. If I see that, oh, it aligns with my personality on Twitter, then I follow them. I start looking at all other people inside it. If it aligns with my personality, it has nothing to do with either I'm doing tech or not. No. I align with some people in football. I align with some people when it comes to ministry, Christianity. I align with some people. It's just your personality. So it has nothing to do with who do you. I can't give you a name. You can just follow me. Maybe yeah, I'll give you my name, then follow me. But you followed me already. Follow Toby. There's a guy called Gift. Gift is somebody that you should follow. When you follow Gift, I think he's good in the data science space, Python space. So Gift is somebody, just tweet, send me a DM. I'll give you tweet Andrew. You follow Gift. Gift, from Gift, you connect to everybody. Olaiwaju Oyinbo, okay, you connect with him. That guy is teaching us machine learning every week. We started last week. He has been teaching us machine learning for the next 1 month. He's going to be teaching us machine learning. Olaiwaju Oyinbo, okay, is somebody that you should follow. So another thing is that when you follow Adora, immediately you follow Adora, you know that Twitter has a way that is going to give you 20 names that you can automatically just follow all. You know that Twitter has that option. You just follow all. Immediately you follow all, you follow those people. But it's not about that. You just have to have that value. If you have that value, immediately you tweet it. Let me give an example. Yesterday, I tweeted about the thing that I was doing in my church, whereby I took some teenagers and I thought I was teaching them about digital skills. To God who made me. I tweeted that tweet like a normal way I tweet. People who know me on Twitter will understand. I just made that tweet. That tweet has gone crazy. Tunde, you know our normal Tunde chess in slum, was telling people to help me and add more to my project. Some people were reaching out to me. I was surprised. But it is value. When people see value, they will run to value. So that value that you did the first time before COVID, drop it again. You see that people will follow you. Even I will tell people to follow you. People will rush to you because ladies want to have a safe space. If you don't understand safe space, people on Twitter that are old on Twitter will understand safe space. People want to follow people that can help them achieve their goals. So just create your value system. Drop your value system on Twitter. Every other thing goes on. You don't need to even disturb yourself about people who follow you. They will follow you because you have the value. You have the value system. That is it. Don't stress yourself about tech bros. And again, join community. The next Oscar festival, go there. You will see people there. Join it. Power Platform developer. I don't know if you are interested in Power Platform. If you are, come. And funny thing is that people who joined, who followed community, I can go to Oscar. Doesn't mean that I am a Python person or I'm machine learning. I can just go there and make new friends because they might be the next door to my next job. That's how I tell people to go to community events. The people that I have that are closer to me now, I didn't know them through Power Platform. I knew them through other things that I was doing. Imagine me now, me and Tunde Chess in Slum, we are now friends talking about this project I'm working on in my church, just because it wasn't about Power Platform, it was just about helping kids. So it just depends on value system. Just have your value system that you have, drop it on Twitter, every other thing works out fine. I hope I've been able to answer your question though.
Okay, so we are kind of running out of time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
That makes sense. So I don't know how to use Twitter, but I'll have to learn. I'll try.
Yeah,
what's your handle?
learn.
Monica will have to let us go to the next speaker. I mean the next person, so that we can squeeze his own.
Oh, sorry, I'm done.
Okay, thanks.
Okay,
I see mine is still up. If I are there other people you notice that.
okay. No, another person. Chris has asked a question. Except he has another question. I think
Okay, there was a question from UK. Somebody asked a question from UK. I saw it, but I needed to just wait a little bit.
from UK.
Yeah, David Abu. Some friends in UK would love to know if the session will be streamed live. So now that is what we are trying to do. The project, we are even looking for sponsors. So if you have a friend in UK that wants to sponsor, please, we are looking for sponsor. It's not a Microsoft first event. It's a community event. So Michael Lafusi is sponsoring. Anybody can sponsor. The major thing is that what we're trying to do is that we want to stream it live. Actually, we want to stream the event live. So we're going to see how it's possible so that for everybody to watch. It's something that is in the pipeline. We hope it can work out fine. Yes.
There is also a question from Ifeoluwa.
Okay.
She says, Ifeoluwa, this is my first time, I guess, joining this meetup, and I can see it be worth my while. Is there a group someone can join, WhatsApp, Telegram, etc., where information like this are also shared and for easy networking as well?
So we have
I
the
shared
Power Platform Nigeria meetup link, your community meetup link, Mr. Michael. Power Platform Nigeria. I don't know if anybody is in Telegram group of that Power Platform Nigeria. If anybody that is here, you can drop the link. You can drop the link, and maybe I can still drop the link later on online, so you can reach out. I'll send the link out. So Power Platform Nigeria Telegram group, we have over 1,000 people there. Yeah, that's another place that you can see a whole lot of people. Yeah.
I'll drop the link first. Oh,
Okay, great. Thanks.
see.
Thanks.
So, any other questions before we wrap up?
Okay, someone else dropped the link already.
Yeah, Temidayo, thank you,
I'll drop the
Temidayo.
link.
Okay, so I guess I'll just ask one question that I know people usually ask, and it's like a perennial question. It's a question that kind of everybody benefits from, which is in this space, or especially this exciting space of cloud tech and BI and all these newer, should we say, modern tools, right? So how can what's like a very good personal development program or a professional development program, more like a strategy of how to learn and not be just spread everywhere and you don't really know anyone deeply? How can you manage your growth in a more structured way? What's your own opinion on the right way to keep abreast of all these new things without getting lost and still be good enough in some key areas?
Okay, so when I got into Microsoft, the first thing they taught me was that I need to have a growth mindset. First things first, growth mindset. Things will be thrown at you, project upon project will be given to you. But the real thing is that you have to know that there are some things that you have to learn and keep failing, but you're learning. It's fine. It's fine by Microsoft. But when it comes to there's so many of these tools. See, tools will come. Microsoft is still bringing new tools. Microsoft is bringing new tools every day. Google is bringing new tools. So many tools everywhere. But the real thing there is that you need to understand that what is my own part. And again, you need to just be good in one thing. I love what Oyekachuku said. Oyekachuku said, "Oh, I want to become a Python developer." Now, Python is Python. So it is fine. So that when they say who knows Python in Nigeria, the first person everybody will think is Oyeka. It's just Oyeka. Now, when you're now sounding one, then you can now say, oh, which one can I add to it? Which one can I add to it? Which one can I add to it? So, but the real thing there is that people want to dabble into everything. No, you don't need to. I'm not good with Power Apps that much. The Power Apps, I do Power Automate at the beginner level. I do Power Apps at the beginner level. I do Power Virtual Agents at the beginner level. But Power BI, okay, I know I can stand my ground. Some people cannot stand their ground on Power BI, but they can stand their ground on Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent. You need to understand, there's some people that they don't know Power Platform, but if you give them Excel, you can't near them. People like David Brown. Just go and search for David Brown online. David Brown, I respect him because I worked with him for 2.5 years. Give him Excel. Excel is going to build a website. It's going to build programs on Excel. That is how good that man is. So you don't stress. Some people be good in one thing, they spread. Dip your leg in one technology, then spread. That is it. It's as simple as that. So for anybody who wants to grow in any field, please take one technology, learn it to the point of mastery, then spread out. That is how you grow. Don't do 20, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40. No. Take one, be good, expert level, then spread in other ones. It makes you better because so that people don't say, oh, you're not good in anyone. You are just average in all of them. It doesn't make sense to be average in all of them. It makes sense to be good in one, then be average in others. It means that nobody will displace you in one of them. David Brown taught me something when I was working with him. He said, see, I want you guys to be good in the point that you become MVP and globally you are respected. So in Power BI, in Excel, we make sure that we are good in that point that we are respected globally. So at that point, we are good. Then every other one we keep learning. SQL now I am learning. Python now I am learning. Now I can call Oye. I can't even call now. Oye Kachuko, you definitely teach me Python. Continue from today on. So now I will go and learn Python from her because I know that she's now my teacher. The problem a whole lot of us have is that we don't know how to learn. We think when we tell people that we are learning, they will think that, oh, he doesn't even know anything. No. That is not it. Learning, everybody has to keep learning. The day you stop learning, the day you start dying, I think it's a popular saying. So everybody is learning. Everybody is learning. So please, the answer to your question, Mr. Michael, is everybody should dip their leg in one technology, then spread out. Then spread out. And that is it. Learning, they never finish. For those who understand pidgin, learning, they finish. You go to learn and they go. So that is it.
Okay, so we have the last question. The last question from Toye. Otoye. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's fine. It's actually Twoyo.
Toye, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So my name is Twoyo Iweta, and I'm currently working as an accountant. I'm trying to break out of that space because I kind of find it repetitive in terms of what I have to do. I've done audits. I'm currently practicing as an accountant, but then I had an interview recently with one of the betting platform for a finance stroke analytic role. And then I passed all the stages up until the last stage where I was giving some data to analyze. And that's when I realized that I'm not as good on Excel as I thought. Because, in fact, I didn't even wait for the results to come out to know that I'd done good. So, like, I don't know, this is how to position the question, because I know someone already mentioned something about the steps to follow in terms of where to learn, where you answered SQL before the buy. But I'm trying to just leave the space of having to just be posting and be recording transaction. So like I want to become like more intense, but then I still want it to be finance related. I don't know how that
I
is,
like
because
that.
how I see it from the outside is just like it's tilting towards science. And I've never had like the interest in anything science. That's why I didn't even learn coding, because there's just not that interest at all. But then I have like major interest in finance. But then I'm trying to see how I can learn the data analytics per se and integrate it with finance, such that if I get the kind of opportunity I had of recent, I won't bungle anymore. And it paid me sure, because I know how many stages I passed to get there. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I understand. There was one. I'm sorry about that experience. Funny thing was that there was one interview I did one time. They asked me about data analytics. I was talking about Power BI. I was just saying Power BI. The interview was data analytics. I was just saying Power BI. It was later I got to know, after I have bundled that one too, I got to know that data analytics is not equals to Power BI. Data analytics is just data analytics itself. Tools is the Power BI, is the Excel, is the Tableau, is the SQL, is the Python. But data analytics is is a statement on its own. So now, I love your experience. You are in finance. Do you know that you can use Power BI to do your finance jobs? Toyo. Do you know?
I'm just hearing. No, I just use Excel and our accounting software.
No.
When I was in audit,
I did a project for a bank. I did a project for a bank before I left my former company. We converted all the finance in the bank. I will not mention the bank in Nigeria here. We converted everything into Power BI reports. Into Power BI. You guys call it the P&L, all those statement of account. We converted everything into Power BI. Power BI straight up. So as it's coming in, Power BI is loading.
Okay.
So that's it. So I need you to just Google now, go to YouTube after this program, go to YouTube, say finance analytics in Power BI. YouTube, go and look for YouTube, you will see a whole lot. Then what you will now do is that start learning Power BI and start trying to think of how in your current role, you can convert those things into Power BI, then use that to build yourself in Power BI, then apply again. You see that there will be a better change.
Okay. Thank you very much. That answer, I appreciate. So I just connected with you on LinkedIn and Twitter.
It's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And again, if you want to go for some trainings, I think Mr. Michaels has their own training that they do. So you can just ask Mr. Michael and go for a full training so you understand.
Is
so
Mr. Michael here? Is it physical or virtual?
I don't know. So you continue that discussion online, definitely.
There's also virtual.
Is Mr. Michael here? Sorry.
Yeah, there's physical and there's virtual. There's physical.
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Michael. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. No.
Okay.
If it's not Mr. Michael, that's Mr. Michael. I work for Mr. Michael.
Okay, that's right.
You can.
Where can I connect with you?
I'm sending the email right now.
Okay.
So you can
check the website.
Just mail us, yeah. At the website, yes. Okay. So I think that's all the questions for today. We'll have another maybe session again, David. So thank you so much for accepting our invite, and thank you for this session. It was very, very, very insightful. So thank you so much. So in case anybody came late,
thanks a lot, David.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
In case anybody came late and they missed anything, I posted the YouTube, so you can watch it on the YouTube, or you can access this Google Sheets, which has a list of all the sessions. And so thanks so much for coming, David.
So thanks a lot. That's a wonderful one. And everybody that asked questions and everybody that made it also interactive, we thank you and have a very wonderful Sunday. By 6 p.m. there will be another session similar. Yeah, we share the link for the 6 p.m. It's also similar to growing your career. A lot of our guest speakers are, they are setting the pace for the year so that they give you a wonderful roadmap for hitting the year in a big way. So don't miss that one too. It's from the side of Power BI. So I'm going to end the session right now. And thank you very much to everyone.
The next session is in 40 minutes.
So
40 minutes.
Bye.
Awesome.
Bye.
Awesome.
Bye.